Hello Gemini, thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland. I know it says tarot, but it feels more like a oracle deck to me, so I'm using it as an oracle deck. Relationship first, single second. Gemini. Put that down. This feels like a complicated situation. Now, the first thing I'm picking on for you, am I picking on you or am I picking up? Okay, oh boy, here we go. You got the Five of Wands, which is conflict. Conflict at the very least. And the face down card you have is embrace. So when it comes to this relationship read, I feel like this is a really rough foot to start out on. So I apologize for that, but I feel like the first thing they're saying is embrace what you're fighting against. Embrace what you're defending against, what you don't want to happen. Embrace it and like really, I'm getting the embrace what you're fighting against. That's what it's giving me. And I'm getting the longer you fight against it, the more upset your partner seems to become. Because I'm getting the Three of Swords on your partner's side for where they're standing. The more you fight against it, the more upset and heartbroken they seem to be. And I feel like that's in direct contrast to what you want. Because you have the Knight of Cups where you're standing. You're not looking at all to create heartbreak with your partner. It's not like you're mad in that way. Like sometimes people get mad and they're like, well, you know, if they're upset, I'm upset too. But in this sense, that's not what this is about. You're not wanting to go forward with something. And I feel like you're fighting against it. They're saying the sooner you embrace it, the sooner this goes in a better direction. Now, you with the Knight of Cups, I do feel like this is not going to go. See, even though you're going to embrace what you're fighting against, I'm not saying you're going to go that direction. So whatever it is you're fighting against, I don't want this, I don't want this. Once you turn that around and embrace it, you then have the ability to change it. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So just because you're embracing it doesn't mean you're going to go that direction. So there's a difference here. Like if you fight against it, like no, 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 I'm not even going to consider it. No, 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 not even going to consider it. No, no, no. When you turn that around and you embrace it, and you're like, all right. Let me just give me the information. Talk with me about it. Explain it to me. Talk. You know, when you're open to it, Embrace it. I don't feel like embrace it is saying you're going to go with it. Just open your heart to it and just see what's going on. Think it through, talk it through, because I don't feel like that's how this is going to end. Even though the direction you're like, I don't want to go that way. Just embrace what's being said to you, because I still feel like you're going to change it. Are we good? Okay. I have to say, Gemini is a very complicated energy in my opinion. I do have some of that in my chart, and apparently people have pointed out that it's quite apparent that it's in my chart, whatever that means. So whatever that means. So I think I can connect with a Gemini energy fairly well. You can clearly make up your own mind on that. What makes this better is the Ace of Swords. Embracing it, talking it through, owning it. It's a conversation, and you're very, like, typical Gemini, millions of ways to look at something. I mean, seriously. Very strong mind, and it's just because you embrace it doesn't mean you're going to do it. So embracing it, honestly going through the thought, honestly considering it, doesn't mean you're going to do it, just consider it. Literally go through it, commit to the thought, commit to the possibility. I feel like that might be a little hard because you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go that direction. Just embrace it in the sense of like, consider it. What happens if it does happen? Go through it, because I don't feel like you're going to stay with that, but you're going to open yourself up to other possibilities to get what you rather have. I don't feel like See, this is a little interesting because it's like where you want to go. I'm guessing, well, there's where you don't want to go. That's for sure. Some of you know where you want to go. Some of you don't know where you want to go with this thought. Some of you don't want to move at all in that direction or even consider it. But I feel like once you embrace yourself, embrace the situation, you get more control. You can, mold it to your needs. The Ace of Swords is here for you when you embrace it because you're going to take more control of it. And I don't feel it's hostile. You're just talking it through and giving ideas. You're presenting better options. It moves forward. But as long as you're fighting against it with this Two of Swords, because that's your challenge card, as long as you're like, no, 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 it's just going to be a pain in your butt. Now, your partner is pushing forward with the Ace of Wands. This is what I want to happen. This is what I want to happen. This is what I want to happen. All you have to do is embrace it and talk this through with your partner, and you take their Ace of Wands. You basically just take the power from them, and you change it. I'm getting you're changing it because I'm getting when you embrace it, your partner seems to be open to like how this they work with you on it. They know you don't want it. I feel like that's like not a secret. It's not a secret. You don't want this. But when you do that, the Two of Wands shows up for them. Like they're like, well, I could end up back in that I don't want to phase, or I could work with my partner and see what I can make happen here. I'm getting the judgment is in their favor. Now this may seem a little weird because I'm getting you're going to take control. You're going to move this in a different direction. They're working with you because they don't want to go back to fighting again. They don't want that Three of Swords to come back. But when the judgment goes in their favor, I'm also noticing this. The Ten of Swords with the release. Ironically, this is in the position of this reading that what helps them. This is a better outcome. I don't feel like they're going to see that right off the bat. But I'm also seeing like they're going to let it go. So this is not ideal for what they originally wanted. I'm getting they're going to be a little sore about it. They're going to be a little sore about it. But they're going to let it go. I'm getting this is a better outcome. I really am. Like, not to blow smoke, but that's how it feels. And I am getting, like, your partner is going to have a little bit of heartbreak about it. The Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, those are not small cards. Those are painful, sad. They wanted this to work out a certain way. It didn't go their way, but there is a change coming here. I feel like your change is better. I really do. Not to just be like, I mean, it feels like that. But they are going to be kind of mourning it for a little bit. I feel like they're going to let it go. It's going to be fine. I'm getting the Knight of Cups on your side. Like, you love your partner. You're not looking to take advantage of anybody. But there's something going on here you don't want. But you work with them and you change it. And it's better for you. It's going to be better for them. It might be more in the long run, though. They might have saw a quicker return going the way they originally wanted. But in the long run, it's going to work out for them. They're going to be fine. Now, spiritually, y'all got a bunch of cards going on here. Both of you have 4 cards each. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. You're holding strong. You do not want that. And then you got the Four of Pentacles turning into the Queen of Pentacles is saying you really don't. But when you embrace the thought and you just kind of go through it, you're able to change things. It goes a lot better. So it's kind of like evolving the 4 into the Queen. Kind of like, you know what, I really don't want this, but I have to go through the thought. I have to give it fair consideration. At the very least, for my partner's sake, I just got to go through the honest thought. And I feel like you are. You might always have, even while you're thinking about it in the back of your head, not going to do it, not going to do it. You might have that going on in the back of your head, but you at least got to try to give it as much of an honest chance as possible. Because that not going to do it does win over, and you're going to change it. But I'm getting like it's taking the situation from a non-moving, static, stubborn place and moving it into a more productive, more emotionally satisfying situation. The Queen looks like she's in motion to me. The 4 does not look like they're in motion. It's just you're taking what you want from the situation and you're making it something that you're happy with, and it is going to benefit your partner too. It is. You got the Sacral Chakra and the Win or Lose. The Sacral Chakra is like, this means a lot to you. This is not a little thing. This is not like a childish spat. This means a lot to you. To you, this is going to have a big effect. And I'm getting the Win or Lose is like, you're like, I'm not backing down. It's going to either go my way or we're going to have problems. Like, whatever this is, you're not negotiating too much. Even when you're embracing it, you're taking control of it, and you're moving it forward in a way that helps your partner, but you're not going to you're not going to give in. Like, you're going to evolve and move forward in a way you're comfortable with, but you won't secede and give in to that direction. Even when you embrace it, I feel like you're not going to give in to that direction. You're just not going there. I feel like we're reiterating that time and time again. They're like, it's okay to embrace it. It's okay to embrace it. It's okay to look like on the outside that you're truly giving it a thought. Meanwhile, in the back of your head, you're like, Just go through the thought, talk through it with your partner. It makes a difference. Your partner has what move to make is more of what I feel like that is. Blossom, which is like bringing this situation forward, making something happen here. The Queen of Swords, where they're very much communicating with you what they want. And the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups spiritually makes the big difference. They're communicating, but they're also open to different possibilities. That's your doorway in to change this the way you want it to. I feel like we're just reiterating what we've already said, but hey, the what move to make forward and the situation blooming, like something becoming of it, something happening here. That's where they are spiritually. They want this to move forward. They're open to possibility. They're open to communication. You're not going to go the direction they originally want. That's just how it is, but you're willing. The Sacral Chakra here is like it's something very important to you. It hits home for you. For some reason, it's very important. And you're like, I'm not just going to give in to anything here. It has to be a certain way. It is going to work out. The only card I'm not touching on so far is the Six of Cups for you. And I feel like this is saying when you look back, and this is all in the past, you're going to see that the way you handle this, all it took was for you to embrace it, then you redirected it, and it worked out for both of you. That's all it took. Like, the more you fought against it and like, no, it just dragged it out for the both of you. When you embraced it, it didn't go down the road you didn't want it to go anyway, but you were able to pull it around, mull it around a bit, and redirect it. And it worked out for both of you. I feel like in the long run, you're going to look back and you're going to see it worked out for both of you. Are we good? Okay. Let's do Gemini singles. There's a lot of cards here. I felt like I was talking really fast, which, I mean, it's later in the day now, but it's actually night out. You can probably see that behind me. But, I don't know why I'm talking fast now. I didn't talk this fast during the fire ones, I don't think. Interesting. Let's do Gemini single. Single Gemini. Messages for single Gemini, empowering information to help them see the truth of a situation and help them move forward to what they are looking for, what they truly want. The truth plus what they truly want. Empowering information. Alright, I don't know if I like how that's ending, but it's not that bad. But let's see if we get hopefully we get a supportive card, oracle card over there. See how that goes. I think I'd like one. Let's put it that way. I don't know if I like how this is ending so far, but doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just like seeing a rough ending in the sense of like the Ten of Wands. But let's see what else it matches up with. Let's do that. No, actually, you know what? I don't think that's going to be bad. Let's get through the reading and find out for sure. The situation. I'm more drawn to what's happening now, in the sense of Seven of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. Now, I feel like this is a little weird because you got the Seven of Pentacles. Is this the time to go forward with this? And the King of Pentacles is like somebody who's been around. This is somebody who's been around for a while. This person, is this you or them? Them. They came forward and they told you how they felt. But I feel like this just, for some reason, even though they told you how they felt, either there was a very slow movement, or for some reason there was some type of hitch that it just kind of wasn't ready to go forward for whatever reason. But I'm getting like part of this is like you weren't maybe trusting that they were going to stick around. And I'm getting at this point, you got the Seven of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. That king is evolving from the water to the earth in the sense of like they're proving, I feel like it's the same energy, except they're proving that they're still hanging around. They're still around. They're still interested. And don't get caught up in the gender. Whatever gender you're attracted to, however that's working. But I'm also getting here, the 7 is kind of like, all right, you're hanging out, you're hanging around, there's possibilities here. I just don't know if I'm really, like, you're kind of comfortable is what I'm getting. Like, they're proving that they're hanging around, but you're kind of like, you know what, maybe not yet. Maybe not just yet. And I'm getting the strength at the top, like you're holding off. The strength at the top makes me feel like you're holding off. You're like, And it's not like you're not attracted to this person. And I'm also seeing like the Queen of Wands here. It's not like you don't want to move forward, but something just seems to stall you out a little bit. And what I'm getting, the reason for that is the 4 of Swords. Like, you're thinking about it, you might be overthinking it. And you're just thinking, you know what, maybe, what if I go forward and that's just kind of like, that's the swan song. Like, that's my crescendo there. It's done. Like, I feel like you're overthinking it. I gotta be fair. And the way I connect with Gemini energy in my chart, I can identify with that. You're not trying to. It's not like you're purposely doing that. But I feel like you're just kind of like, what about this and what about that? This and I don't know. And, yeah, they're hanging around. But what if it's just an end to a means and blah, 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 and this and that? I feel like you might be overthinking it. I really do. The 4 of Swords, though, is kind of like, it's all you. And I feel like you're not ready to pick up that last sword yet. You're just kind of like, I don't know. What's coming up next is the 7 of Swords. I just don't feel like you're ready for some reason. You don't feel like... I shouldn't say you're not ready, because I don't think that's fair. You just haven't seen anything different that makes you feel like you really need to. And I feel like you're kind of considering on letting this pass you by. Now, the thing is, it's an interesting situation because you got the 9 of Cups here. Is that the 9 of Cups? Yeah. So the reason I feel like you're letting it pass by is because it hasn't connected in as a relationship, but you're kind of like, it's a nice friendship. It feels like it's a friendship at this point. And I feel like you're enjoying that, and you're like, you know what, I don't know if it would survive. Like, I don't think a friendship would survive if this doesn't make it as a romance. Maybe the friendship is good enough. Is that real? Yeah, that seems like that's how that's going. You're not, like, overwhelmed with, romantic feelings to push it forward anyway. You're just, I feel like you're comfortable. With the 9 of Cups, I feel like you're comfortable. And you're just like, you know what, there's no need to rock this boat. Now what happens next? Because this ends in an interesting way. Because I was wondering how that 10 of Wands was going to play in. But the card that came in with it is the kicker. The person that would like to be your partner, has the Justice card on their side. I'm getting what they're doing to actually change your mind about keeping this as a friendship is the Open Up card. Like, they're telling you how they really feel. And they're coming forward to you like, we should be together. This is why this would be good. This would be a good time, and we can complement each other. You have that quality, I have this quality. They're giving you compliments. I feel like they're complimenting you. I really feel like that's happening here. So it feels good. They're coming towards you, and they're schmoozing you good. They're telling you a lot of good things, but I feel like it's true. It's not like stuff they're just like. It's not like they're just telling you sweet little nothings just to make you feel good. They're telling you things, and they're like saying, this, you have this quality, and this is where I've seen it. I have this quality, and this is why I have that quality, and this is where I use it. They're giving you compliments and showing you how you match, but they're also saying, in this, you can see that that's the truth. Like, they're really pleading their case. I feel like it's like airtight. It's like they're making a big one here, a big case here, a big case, a big one. Really? Okay. This is where this ends. The 10 of Wands would take the lead. I feel like the easiest way for this to work out for you is literally for you to take the lead and define this relationship the way you want it to be. The 10 of Wands is telling me that you're nervous about moving forward. You're still nervous about moving forward about this. But if you want this to get easier for you quicker, if you want this to calm down a lot quicker, take the lead, make the decision. these are the parameters, like, this is the type of relationship, this is the rate I want it to go, this is what I want from this, you know what I mean, like, I want date night once a week, I don't want you moving into my place, or I don't know, I want to stay, like, I would like this to stay separate, living on our own. I'm not a big fan, for example, maybe you're going to say, I'm not a big fan of the whole sleepover situation. I don't really want to see that happening at this point. I'm not ready for that. But I do want to see you. I want to talk to you every day. You know, I want to, like, hang out, like, a couple days a week. Like, you defining what's comfortable for you, I feel like that will make this a lot easier. I'm getting take the lead is advice. If you just let the other person go forward, because I feel like you're going to agree to the situation to give it a try, because I feel like they're convincing you to give it a try. If you don't define it for what you want, I feel like I don't feel like you're liking it. I don't feel like it's going to be one of those weird situations where you're not really unhappy with the other person, but you feel like they're a little bit too much. But if you take the lead and define it right off the bat, they'll go with what you say, and you won't have to worry about those boundaries being crossed, because I feel like they're just going to naturally get crossed without you realizing it, and you're just going to end up in an uncomfortable situation. If you define it from the very beginning, it's less likely that's going to be a problem. Anything else? So that's where I feel like this is going. I don't feel like that's bad. I just feel like they're just saying, if you want this to be easier on you, take a hold of that and define what you want, what's comfortable for you, what you would like. Because I feel like this person's not going to give you any pushback, and they'll be like, okay, I can do that. We're done. All right, I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.